Now, Storm Watch 12 weather on News Watch 12.
Well, temperatures were pretty mild into southern Oregon and northern California throughout the day. Today we were pretty much between 55 and 60 degrees. It was 58 in Lakeview, 60 for both Montague and Mount Shasta City, 58 in Medford, 56 in Brookings. So we do have high clouds in the vicinity. I was just outside taking a look and you can still see the clear sky, but so that's these clouds that are just pretty high cirrus clouds at this time. Well, there's a lot more clouds way offshore. In fact, there's a pretty good, impressive system offshore, and this is slowly moving from the west towards the east. There's going to be an interesting track with this particular system. I'll show you that here in a little bit. But we could see a little bit of some patchy fog throughout the region for tomorrow, especially into the Rogue Valley. But then we'll see sunshine into the afternoon hours. Now we're going to see rain increasing along the Oregon coast once we get into the afternoon and into the early evening hours. That rain could very well be heavy at times. The interesting thing is going to be with this system, this front looks like it's going to stall out, but where exactly it's going to stall out is still a bit of a mystery, because if it stalls right over the Rogue Valley, we could be looking at the potential for some decent amount of rain for tomorrow. It could shift just to the northwest of us, and the northwest of us would have some pretty decent amount of rain. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. The rain will eventually taper off as we go later into the day on Monday, and then we get another round moving in from the southwest for Tuesday. We'll start rain Tuesday morning into the afternoon hours, and that could be another round kind of similar to what I was just talking about. Now, in terms of rainfall amounts, we could be looking at a ½ inch or so along the Oregon coast, but once we go for the next couple of days, you can see that rain starts to spread east, but it's not showing a whole lot of rain. But again, it's going to have to do with what I was just talking about, where that front really kind of stalls out. Now we go into the next several days also with that. We could, when we get more rounds of precipitation, we could be looking at some potential for some decent amounts, but there's still a lot of uncertainty in terms of that. I'll show you that here in a little bit as to why that's the case. But in terms of precipitation forecast, the heavier rain right now in this particular model indicating that rain going even farther south of our viewing area into central California. Best chance of rain will actually be over the next couple of days, but what we'll be looking at is rain along the Oregon coast on Sunday. Rain eventually spreading inland on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll have bands of rain at the time. Now we're going to have a complicated weather pattern for part of next week, because this area of low pressure, where exactly this sets up and where exactly our storm track is going to be, is going to have a big role in terms of where the rain will actually fall and how much rain we could actually see. But because nothing is certain just yet, we'll still have to keep an eye on that. High pressure does build at the end of the week, and then we could be looking at a wet weekend into next weekend. But current temperatures, we'll be looking at 20s and 30s for the most part. Tonight we'll be looking at overnight lows into the 20s, 30s, and out to late teen out in Lakeview. Could be looking at some gusty winds, 25 to 35 miles an hour for parts of the area for tomorrow. And we're looking at highs about 59 degrees in Medford, but we're looking at low 50s and upper 50s and low 60s for the next several days along the Oregon coast. 61 and dry for tomorrow, but rain starts to ramp up as we get towards early next week. Klamath Basin will stay in the 50s, could see some snow possible Tuesday night in the higher locations, but not actually in the city of Klamath Falls. Mountains right now, we're going to be looking at upper 40s and low 50s, plenty of rain Monday through Wednesday. And for the Rogue Valley, 55 to 60 degrees, best chance of rain goes on to Monday, and then finally it tapers off by the end of the week.